Good evening to all of you. Today, as an initiative from the Startups Group, which started as a simple WhatsApp group with a motive to help founder community. And today, the group has about 365 participants, and people there engage on a everyday basis and help each other, take tips and help the startup community, the founder community. As a part of that group, an initiative from that group, we are bringing an interview with Dr. Bijayashree Satpathy. I am Arushi Gupta. I'm a Ph.D. scholar at Department of Management Studies, IIT Madras, and I'm working in area of how patents help startups. So I think we'll start the interview with Dr. Bijayashree. Thank you so much for your time today. Dr. Bijayashree is the founder and director of Agzistence. It's a digital ecosystem that brings all stakeholders to address the interlinked challenges of the food value chain, climate change, and skill gaps through unique learning and consultancy program. She's a researcher turned entrepreneur. Dr. Bijayashree has received her MPhil and PhD from Tata School of Social Sciences and completed her postdoctoral from the Graduate Institute, Geneva, Switzerland. She has worked in various areas, including microcredit, safe drinking water, sanitation, forest governance, rural livelihood, mining governance, agriculture, at grassroots and national level organizations in several capabilities. She has extensive fieldwork experiences in the regressive regions of India, which she has been sharing with students in different universities across India. Her work and experiences have helped her create an exclusive platform for the food value chain, not only for dialogue, advisory, or advocacy, but also to practice and impart knowledge in a much easier and more flexible manner. Welcome, Dr. Bijayashree. Really glad to be talking to you. This is the first interview, so I'm really very happy to be starting from a woman, from a woman entrepreneur.
Thank you very much for having me here, and I'm also delighted to be part of this conversation, and also honored to be the what I can say, first participant, or maybe the first
First
experimental
guest,
kid.
guest. No, no.
Yeah. So yes, I'm happy to be here. Yes. Thank you so much.
So I think the first question would be that what was the inspiration behind establishing your startup Agzistence, and how did you get that idea, and then how did you decide on to follow and believe in that idea of Agzistence?
Okay, so it's really a long story. Like it's all about it's a journey of 18 good years. I don't know how to cut short in 2-3 minutes, but definitely I can say that it is all my research and uh, international and national organizational experiences and uh, even the teaching. So it's a combination of all these experiences through these years which helped me to understand the problem not only in just in a very uh, uh, in a surfaced way, but I can tell you that I have used a method called ethnography in my field work. So this method has helped me to stay with the community not for few days or months, but rather we tend to spend 1.5 year with the communities. So staying with them, living their life, understanding their situation. So at every stage, I felt that there is a requirement of this kind of platform, and it helped me to find out that the gap I have sensitized it from by being with them, by being in the field, and communicating with not only the major stakeholder. Like my company is all about looking after the food value chain, and agriculture is an important component in that. So when we are speaking about agriculture, then rural and farmers are coming into our minds. So basically, I have not only talked to the farmers, but tribals, women who are into the agriculture, and also the agri industries professionals and the students who have been communicating with the farmers who recently passed out from their agricultural colleges or agribusiness institutions. They have been communicating with these farmers. And also the people who are the local distributors who are selling fertilizer, seeds. So these are the people basically who have been interacting with the farmers in everyday activities. And they have a very big role in influencing the decision making for the farmers in a day-to-day agricultural activities. Uh, so there plays a very important role of transferring the information from both way, from the bottom to up and up to bottom. So basically it should be in a proper way. So most of the time what I found out that there is a lack of information, updated information. So our platform is all about bridging that gap of providing for disseminating, rather I can say disseminating appropriate information at appropriate time to all the stakeholders, so that it percolate in a proper way with percolate the correct information to the bottom, as well as whatever field activities it is going on the field, it should also go to the lab. So both land to lab and lab to land uh, uh, transfer of knowledge has to be there. So this is we have been focusing on, and for these transformation, or you can say for this knowledge transfer, we require a very important asset, that is human resources. So and trained human resources, and that is where we are coming into the picture. We uh, are training human resources across the food value chain to get them skilled, to get them upscale, and be ready for the industry and market. So that is where we all are doing our work. So I hope this answers your question. Uh, yeah,
Yes, yes. I think interesting that, especially even I'm from a research background. So
yeah,
from the journey from research to then
mm,
entrepreneur, turning
yeah,
your seeing your ideas and your work into actual,
mm,
where you are interacting with people and implementing your idea. I
yeah.
think that's the most important part.
Mm.
So yes, very inspiring for me as well.
There is another discouraging factor which I did not. I should mention here that when I'm talking about the contribution of research in this entrepreneurial journey, so there is one discouraging factor that has also pushed me to this entrepreneurial journey, because in research we tend to write papers, books. So we start writing, suppose in 2012 we will start writing, then it will get published in 2015 or maybe 17. So the kind of time it takes, we are not able to make any impact there, because being a researcher, our impact is only through the articles or books we publish, or maybe the conferences we go and present our research. So the time it takes, especially for the social scientists, is very very much. So that is something is very discouraging for me to go ahead with the academic career, and where it is putting me quite behind in making an impact on the society which I have gained knowledge for last 40 42 years. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you speak like a true entrepreneur who wants to make like an immediate impact.
Yeah.
So thank you for sharing that with us. Another question that I had for you was, I think you are, how do you cope up with I think you're bootstrapping your startup.
Yes, yes.
So yes, so how do you see that with all the frenzy and all the hype about fundraising and valuations? How do you keep up, keep yourself away and focus on actually solving the problem, and keep yourself, don't really let you impact of that pressure of raising funds and doing all that, which a typical startup would probably do. So I mean, how do you manage all that?
Yeah, it's a nice question, and I'm just thinking, should I be diplomatic or should I be saying what is the fact? Uh, so you go anywhere. Even if I chose to be in the academics or anywhere else, or maybe in any government services, everywhere pressures are there. So I enjoy the pressure in entrepreneurial journey, being an entrepreneur, because this is something I am taking for myself, my own dreams. So I don't feel it is a pressure. And first of all, I must say few things before I answer your question. Like the funds which you have spoken previously. I raised in a family where I'm sure most of us also into that family where we are all grew with an idea that you read well, you do a good job, and you earn the money through job. So this is the kind of orientation we all have. So we don't know, like if somebody is going from standard 1 to standard 2 or LKG to UKG, what is the benefit one is going to get instead of not like instead the only thing which one is getting is the knowledge. But what how this knowledge is getting monetized and everything, we have no idea at all. Nobody is able to give that idea, right? So I have been asking this question again and again when I have started. So I have asked this question to myself quite late, like 2 3 years before only, when I started this journey. But I tell you that previously it was the situation, but now I can see this that many kids are into entrepreneurial they have this so many ideas, and that is getting so much of they are getting so much of encouragement to pursue that idea, not only from the parents, also from the institutions they are into. So it's a very nice thing which I have been seeing. And the funds, like previously we also know that only the people, or then only the yeah, so somebody who is from the business community, who belongs to a business family, they only can
Yeah.
pursue their business dreams. But at least with this fund, whatever it may be, you
Mhm.
get it or not, at least you have this courage to go and find ways into this you can say that it is totally not so friendly zone, not so comfortable zone for people like us who come from a background of jobs and services, government services or not. So basically the funds and the kind of incubation centers, funds, and whatever it is there, so these are all giving opportunities to think. You should not stop your thinking, or should not stop dreaming. You can dream, and also you can get. Yeah, bootstrapping or pressures is a part of the journey. It's not you be I don't feel it is a difficult journey. I enjoy it completely. I make business. So
Yeah.
the ultimate goal, I understand that being a social entrepreneur or whatever entrepreneur you are, the ultimate goal is to love money and make money. So this is
Okay.
how I am making money. I don't know when I'll be reaching to the break even, but that is fine. Like this is a part of the journey, and I don't feel it is a burden or pressure anything. Like every day I'm growing, I must say. And one good thing I have observed within myself, that when you are building something, you also tend to become a good human being, because you develop some so much good quality within you. I tell you, being a researcher, we only dealt with only 1 or 2%, basically your guide or maybe your doctoral committee. But here you have to deal in and out lots of people. You tend to have 1 lakh, maybe I can say 1 million times of patience you should have in the entrepreneurial journey, because anytime what you always have to be on the toe and in action. So this is something which the energy I like in this journey. Yeah, so it's a part of entire journey. So it's not a big problem for me. Yeah.
Okay, so I think patience is virtue. It's your probably key to
Yeah,
success in this journey.
patience and keep consistency. Like you have to keep on doing your work. That's it.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Yeah. My next question was actually what are some tips that you would like to give to budding entrepreneurs or upcoming people who are actually thinking of taking up, walking on this path of the entrepreneurial journey?
So I do need tips because I'm still a new entrepreneur. Every day I'm learning, but definitely what I have understood from last 2 3 years, that It is uh, you should have the energy to keep working, and you should enjoy. Most of the important thing is that you should enjoy and enjoy the entire journey, because that is how you don't feel anything as a pressure or burden. You will get up immediately. You won't be asking for rest, because this is something I enjoy. So rest is the rest. Whenever you are seeking for rest, you can be a part of, like, whenever you are sitting in front of the laptop or you are doing anything around your entrepreneurial activities, then you feel it is like a relaxing, not like a burden. So I enjoy the journey, and I think everybody should enjoy it, and also keep consistently doing your work. Have lots and lots of patience. You will definitely get lots of brunt. Not only so you
Yeah.
will be hearing lots of not so good words from the people you will be around. There will be, so entire world is there to fail you, but you have to make you have to push them back, and you have to make your own space. So love the energy, love the money, and keep doing your work. That's it.
Yeah, I think that's important. Love the
Yeah,
energy and love the
yeah,
money.
yeah.
Money, of course, it's very, very important in this journey.
Yeah, yes.
Because I've seen a lot of, I do interact with quite a few entrepreneurs, and like some of them, they get into it with just the glamour and looking at
Mm-hmm.
the hype about it, and then they're not really ready to face a lot
Yeah.
of challenges and being the lonely journey that it is.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really important to understand what motivates you and what's going to keep you there. Very
Correct.
important to identify those aspects. Okay, and I mean, you've seen the journey. What are some obstacles are there that you face in this period of 2 3 years, that you would want to highlight probably, and talk to, tell the new founders about it?
Yeah, the major obstacles which I can tell you is the trust. So something which we all, not only in this field, I think every day, um, in our life also, we are facing this as a big challenge. So trust is something like, is a big challenge I can feel in the entire startup ecosystem, because uh, we are coming from a background, like I can tell you about myself, because we are seeing things critically, and also we know how to see things critically, because being a researcher we are trained like that. But again, how to uh, deal with hypocrisy is a big trouble with me, with people like me. So so you do not, probably this is a part of the business. So you have to take a call whether you should trust or not to trust somebody whom you are interacting with, somebody whom you have in the team, somebody whom you will be doing business with. So it's totally on you to take that call. But most of the time, what I have understood is that trust is the biggest factor in the entire um, yeah,
Journey.
in the, yeah, not only I can tell you, it's an everyday challenge with,
Yeah.
whomever you are talking to. Yeah. So yes, it's a biggest challenge.
Okay. Okay. So that's your biggest challenge.
Yeah.
And yeah, entrepreneurs have to overcome that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So it's all basically you have to depend on your conscience, intuition most of the time.
Okay. And has there any, does having a role model in this journey, or do you have a role model which has really inspired you, or which motivates, or whose teachings really motivate you and keeps you going on this journey? Or does it help having a model, a role model, or not really? It doesn't much.
Hmm, this is as I think that my role model is basically my mother and my grandmother. They are the one who basically keep me, because I grew by reading a book. I remember that it was my seventh or eighth standard. I have been given a book. It was in Hindi.
Okay.
uh, it's Jhansi Ki Rani. So that there I have seen a photographs. Jhansi Ki Rani is riding the horse with her kid
Mhm.
on her back, and that is like a motivation for me. I always see my mother and my grandmother out there because they are my very much source of inspiration and what I am here today. uh, my family and like even like my in-laws who have been, I'm very fortunate enough, I can tell you in that way, that I have never been discouraged of doing anything or experiment anything. So um, my parents, my in-laws, everybody is so much supportive to me that even if I got a very good job, I have an expat salary, I could manage to leave it and come back with and start this journey, which is very uncomfortable zone for me. So it's like nobody usually do that, or nobody allows you to do something which is like it may sound you thrill, but it is not that easy uh, to continue this journey. But somehow I could manage to get support from my family members, and they are very very supportive. And I must tell you, every entrepreneur should get this support, because this is the biggest support which you will be getting, which will make you headstrong, and which will help you in overcoming any problem in your entire journey. Yeah, so my role model are inside my family only.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, and could and your family also. I think that's very important. Family
Yeah,
support. As I said, that it's a very lonely journey, as I've heard from a lot of
yeah,
entrepreneurs. So family support makes it quite easy, at least easy to some extent.
yeah. The lonely journey, we already had it in our research, so it is not something which we are having it
Yeah,
new. Yeah,
new. Yeah,
yeah. That
correct,
is
correct.
totally fine. Here we are learning how to coexist with team which has a similar interest, but with different backgrounds. So that
Hmm.
is we are learning here in
Yeah,
this
yeah.
entrepreneurial activities.
Yeah, yeah, and I think that comes from a little personal to me. That how do you manage to work initially alone? Because as a researcher, we work with just one or two people, and then you
Mm,
eventually start working with teams of five, tens, and more.
mm.
So, how is that transition? Is it easy? Is it fun or not so fun? Because you can meet all sorts of people, good, not so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
most of
how?
the time it is like I have to take long breaks because people around me are. I tell you that I am leading a team of 5 men. So
Wow.
basically, they are younger to me, and we always hear that you learn from youngers, but when it comes to the reality, it is really difficult, because sometimes they will shout on you. They will because you being an elder, you feel like how come they shout on me, but that is fine, because you have to learn something from them, and they are um, they and eventually they are also supportive. So
Yeah.
I'm having a team who has experience of 15 to 25 years, so
Wow.
in their own field. So these are the people who are younger to me, um, and they keep me at my toes 24/7. And yes, there is lots of discussion, there is lots of shouts, there is lots of positive energy we share with each other.
Mm.
Ultimately, the entire objective is to grow where what we like grow and evolve with the idea what we have started with. So yeah, it's like I am having a good time basically with my own. Yeah.
Wow, that's really good to know because as a woman entrepreneur and having
Yeah.
five men under you, I mean, you're leading
Yeah.
that team. I
Yeah.
have not really heard a lot. I mean, women having good experience.
Yeah.
We generally feel there's a lot of ego clash, and but
Yeah.
it's really good to know that you have a good team that you're able
Yeah.
to manage and lead as well.
Yes. I'm learning it. I
Yes.
think I'm getting better every day.
Wow. Wow. Very interesting to know. Um, Now, I want to ask. Now, coming to the product side, like existence, it's important to
Hmm.
discuss existence as
Hmm.
well. What is the problem that existence is solving, and how would you say that it relieves a certain pain points for your customers or the target audience that it is meant for?
Yeah, so I can give one example from each of our stakeholders that because it's a very big ecosystem which we are trying
Yeah.
to address to. So starting from the students basically who are getting trained in the agribusiness or agriculture institutions or universities, they are getting trained very well with the foundation knowledge. But as soon as when they are ready for their placements, the requirement is industry ready updated market information they should have, because industry definitely look forward to take those people who are updated, and not necessarily. Definitely foundation plays a very important role, but it is not the only thing that requires, right? So for that, and these are the people who will be interacting with the farmers, as I have told earlier already, right? So with half-hearted information, if they are going to talk to the farmers, then it is of no use. They may not be, because as soon as you go to the village areas with a bike, with a boot on your feet, so it is expected that the farmers expect from you that you being you have a degree with you, so it is expected that you will be having lots of answers to their questions. So it is not only that if you are into any seed or fertilizer or agrochemicals industry, it is not only that you will be going there to sell any products. Rather, you there will be lots of questions around insurances, around credit facilities, everything they will be asking you. So you have to have all the information with you when you will be talking to the farmers basically. So
Yeah.
this is one point. And secondly, the dealers or the distributors who are there on the field, uh, the basic knowledge, if you go for getting a license for selling seed or fertilizer to the block offices, so basic the block offices will the officers in the block offices will ask you that what is your qualification. So the qualification they will be asking, then the follow up questions will be like, have you read chemistry, have you had chemistry in your graduation? So this is like, even if somebody has chemistry in their graduation, he or she doesn't might may not be knowing, right, how what
Yeah.
quantity of fertilizer, when to use what fertilizer, they may not be having the complete knowledge. So getting the process of license and we all know how they manages to get the certificates and get the licenses. So there again the knowledge gap, so you can understand the kind of knowledge they will be transferring to the farmers. It is similar to the kind of thing like when you are having a stomach pain or headache, you are approaching to a chemist shop, and the person in the chemist shop will give you advice or give you a tablet, and the only credibility he or she has, that he or she knows where the medicines are, right, in that shop. So
Yeah.
with that kind of understanding or with that kind of knowledge, probably it is very difficult to. So most of the farmer suicide happen not only because of the credits they are into or the debt they are into, that the debt cycle they are into. Rather, this information, correct information is also very very important role that has to play for this farmer suicide. Most of the time they may not be getting correct information for their crops, for the pesticides they are using, for many other activities that is they are doing in a day to day basis. So as I mentioned regarding students, and then to the dealers and distributors going to the agri industries basically they are in a conventional way, they only sell product and get the money. So they are also struggling to get updated. So only doing business in a conventional way is not a sustainable way of doing business. Every now and then they also should be able to know what is the requirement in the field, and that requirement has to be addressed in their agri industries, not only the low, but not only at the global, because industry people, they will be always talking about China, Japan, Switzerland, UK, US,
Yeah.
but they should also be knowing what is all going on the field. So that is the reason existence is bridging the knowledge gap, and also the gap that is existing between lab and land. So it is a two-way knowledge sharing platform. Not only it is we never tell that farmers do not know anything. I can tell you that comparing to anybody else in the agri food ecosystem or agriculture ecosystem, farmers are the one who knows the most. The only thing is that they require our help to produce to do their daily activities in a in an effective way. And there, we being a part of the ecosystem, we should help them. So that is the, so our entire agenda is to influence the influencers who have been influencing the decision making of the farmers in the agricultural activities. Yeah, I think I could manage to answer this question as well.
Yeah, I think you're like killing too many birds with one stone. I think with this startup,
Yeah,
which is very important, and farmer community, we all know there are lots of issues with
yeah,
the farmers and lots of issues that needs to be resolved. And
right.
existence touches upon those issues and solves them at a very grassroots level. So, and since you've worked also, so you understand the issues very well,
Yeah.
which is very important. So kudos to you for taking that
Thank you so
step
much.
and working in the social innovation and social impact
Yeah.
sector.
Yeah.
What are some of the key values that drive existence, like the startup strategy? What are the key values that drive your startup?
Yeah. So basically, we are looking forward to have a team of agri professionals, uh, uh, trained team of agri professionals, um, which we will be giving to the entire agriculture ecosystem. Trained means it is updated and upskilled, not like only with foundation knowledge or half-hearted knowledge. Uh, we want that the entire ecosystem should be filled with upscaled and updated, informed agri-business professionals, so that it is going to help the entire um, ecosystem. Um, and we also look forward not only, so our platform is basically a learning and consultancy platform. So as you have already mentioned that it
Yeah.
is not, so today whatever the agri startup, whatever you will find out, like there are they only solve the in situ problem. So basically if you are having any pest or any insect attack, then they will be clicking the pictures and sending it to the concerned experts and taking the advices. But our approach is to have a sustainable way of providing knowledge. It is not, we are we are believing in creating the habit. So that is the reason our programs are basically designed, it's a habit calendar we design for the client. They follow a habit calendar, like every day whenever you are getting up and you are sipping a cup of tea, you want to have you want to just leave the newspapers and try to see what are the headlines, right? So similar, in a similar way, we are also planning to for all our stakeholders, like maybe agribusiness professionals or maybe students or farmers, we want them to see, so to see all the highlights or the points. They should be like, they should start their day with all the highlights or the updated news in their own feed. So this can only come through the habit. So we are trying to impact at the thought level. So something we are, when you are saying about the habit, it has to be impacted at the thought level. So
Right.
it cannot be like in a product form. So something which we are doing has to be impactful to the person at an abstract level, at an behavioral level, at an habit level. So that is definitely going to take time, because many a times um, it is not you can say there is a challenge, like why should we see that, why should we accept your updated knowledge, is it really updated or not? So there has been lots of questions, and we are trying to address these questions through our, we are, that's what I said, that we are evolving with every questions. And now I can say that yes, we are having our content or the information in 7 different languages up and live. We will be also we are also coming up with our own app, so so that it will be easily available to
And
everyone. So yes, we are not focusing on in situ. We are not at all a learning platform like Coursera or edX or anything else. We are a platform which is specifically focused on habit creation and knowledge dissemination in a sustainable manner. So this is something, being an academician, I don't think anything else apart from teaching or sharing the knowledge. So that is something which you can say that my background is a kind of motivation behind it. So and education is the only thing, I can tell you, education is the only thing which can bridge all the gaps that is there in each of the stakeholder point. So yes,
okay.
so that is where we are looking forward to. It's like from dissemination of updated knowledge.
Okay. Wow. Yeah, I'm sure it's gonna change a lot of
uh,
things positively
I
in
hope
the
so.
agro ecosystem. I'm sure you will do that.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. So, what are some key milestones that you're looking forward to, to achieve in the next few years as far as existence is concerned?
Oh yeah, so this is really, I can say, this question is a simple one, but also a difficult one, because we have lots of plans. As
Yeah.
I've told you, that we are coming up with our own app. We we want to be available 24/7 with all our stakeholders, and
Yes.
um, uh, like we want to develop in our own content. We want to it's a collaborative
Wow.
platform. So basically it is not only talking about agriculture as a science, it also talks about social sciences, natural sciences, people from the bureaucrats, policymakers, government people, industry experts, everybody is there. Even the barefoot innovators are also there in the entire platform. So it's a combination of collaborative it's a collaborative learning. That is something which I promote. uh, it is not only one perspective that has to be taken ahead, but usually getting a common consensus for the activities or for the values which you are trying to provide, trying to bring into the society, has to be there. So that is the uh, so we want more collaborations, that has to be there. We want more experts to coming in, we want more collaborations to do we want everybody who is there. I can, through this platform, I would like to give a clarion call to every other startup who want to join existence in in dissemination of knowledge in a collaborative way. Please join us, let us do these activities in a collaborative way, so that we can impact the basic necessity, what we are looking forward to have, a quality food, quality intake. This is a very much required for the survival in a sustainable way. So I would like to do that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I think. Thank you. I'm sure a lot of startup founders will reach out to you from the startup group, as well
Yeah.
as when whoever will see this talk, and I'm sure concerned stakeholders will definitely reach out to you, because you're solving a very important problem, and it needs attention. It needs to be solved. Um, Thank you. Thank you for
Thank you so
sharing your
much.
journey, Bijayashree. It's really interesting to learn about existence from you, from the founder herself, and to know about your entrepreneur journey and how you went from a researcher to an entrepreneur. And thank you so much, and thank you for sharing all your insights and being very open about it and being very frank about it. Really love your energy, and all the very, very best to you. Uh, thank you so much,
Thank you
Dr.
so much,
Bijayashree.
Arushi. Thank you so much. Nice
Thank
talking to you.
Yeah, same here. Thank you. Bye.
Bye bye.